You know, it doesn't get easier to believe what happened to George Floyd, and it's tough. But the lead officer there, Derek Chauvin, the one who has his knee on George Floyd's neck, now kind of in the crosshairs of prosecutors as they're filing some pretrial motions. And they filed one today where they want to bring in what they're calling some prior bad acts by Chauvin, specifically involving another suspect, again, dealing with the neck of another suspect. Now, this was an incident, and what they filed was what Chauvin said happened, and then a description of what the body cam actually showed happened in this prior incident involving Derek Chauvin. First, let me tell you what Chauvin's account is. Chauvin's arrest of a 14-year-old boy was based entirely on the written reports of Officer Chauvin and another officer. Since filing the memorandum, the state has obtained the body-worn camera videos for this incident, which provide a more honest account of the incident than Chauvin's report. According to Chauvin, the juvenile male, quote, then displayed active resistance to efforts to take him into custody by flailing his arms around. In his report, Chauvin wrote that he believed the juvenile male would escalate his efforts to not be arrested. And because of the juvenile male's large size, Chauvin delivered a few strikes to the juvenile male. As the male kept pulling his arms in front of his body, Chauvin applied a neck restraint and was then able to roll the juvenile onto his stomach and grab his left wrist so that cuffing could be completed. Chauvin then used body weight to pin the juvenile male to the floor. That's what Chauvin said happened in his report. Then prosecutors took a look at the body cam footage, and they described it for the judge in their papers. Here's how they describe what happened, what actually happened, according to them. At 9:13, a mere 33 seconds after telling him to come out of the room, both officers grabbed the child. Officer Walls told the child to get on his stomach, and when he did not, Chauvin hit the child with his flashlight, just 8 seconds after first grabbing the child. 2 seconds later, Chauvin grabbed the child's throat and hit him again in the head with his flashlight. Chauvin told Officer Walls to use his taser on the child, but Walls did not have a taser. At 9:14, 15 seconds, Chauvin applied a neck restraint, causing the child to lose consciousness and go to the ground. About a minute after going to the ground, the child began repeatedly telling the officers that he could not breathe, and his mother told Chauvin to take his knee off her son. The mother repeated that her son was in handcuffs and told Chauvin a fourth time that he should take his knee off her son. As Chauvin and Walls tightened the handcuffs, Chauvin removed his knee from the child's back some 17 minutes after restraining him to the floor and kneeling on him. They want the jury in the George Floyd case to see that video they just described.